What if your business could connect to the cloud faster than your internet, cheaper than a private WAN, and more securely than standard VPNs? Most companies waste thousands on slow, insecure cloud connections, but there's a better way. In this video, I'll reveal the 3 game-changing cloud connection strategies, including Intercloud Exchange and VNF, that Fortune 500 companies use to dominate the cloud. Stick around, this could save your business thousands. Public cloud. All of the services we saw in the previous course are all managed by a cloud provider. This is what we call the public cloud. The largest public cloud providers are Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, IBM, a Google Cloud platform. Amazon AWS is by far the largest cloud provider at the moment. Here is just an overview of the services they offer. And this list is far from complete. With a private cloud, a company changes its organization in order to operate in the same way as public cloud providers. The IT department will create a service catalog, which lists all the services they can offer to their users. Everything is automated so that a user is automatically served as soon as he requests a service. As soon as a user of the company needs something, he will only have to make a few clicks and a new virtual machine with the requested software will be launched. Now that you have an idea of what the cloud is, let's take a closer look at the different options on how we can connect to the cloud. We start with connecting to the cloud via the internet, which is the most common option. However, there are some advantages and disadvantages which we will detail. Let's take the example of a corporate network that uses the services of a cloud provider. In the diagram, we see that all the VMs are located at the cloud provider. The company's network, therefore, does not host servers or virtual machines. We will see 4 advantages of using internet as a WAN connection to reach the cloud. The first advantage is the cost. Internet access is much cheaper than all private WAN options. Then there is availability. An internet connection is very easy to get, and moreover, it is available from everywhere. The third advantage is in the case of a migration. For example, if you want to change cloud provider, well, since they are all connected to the internet, there is no need to change your connection. And the last advantage is user mobility. If you have a lot of users on the move, they will be able to access your applications whenever they have an internet connection. Disadvantages. We will now move on to the disadvantages. The first concerns. Security. The internet is a public network, which does not make it very secure. Attackers can use the man-in-the-middle technique to spy on traffic between your users and the cloud. Then, it's on bandwidth. Depending on the type of applications and the number of users, your internet connection may not have enough bandwidth for all users to access their applications. You can have QoS, quality of service problems, because the internet only works in best effort mode. So there is no quality of service. If you have applications that are sensitive to lagging or packet loss, well, you might run into problems. The last disadvantage is SLAs, service level agreements. The Cisco SLA service allows network performance to be monitored between Cisco devices, and most internet providers don't offer any SLAs to guarantee a certain bandwidth or availability. If you outsource all or most of your applications to the cloud, you will be very dependent on your internet connection. Another connection method is the private WAN. This is a dedicated connection from your site to the cloud provider. As with the internet connection, we will see the advantages and disadvantages of this type of connection. The first advantage is bandwidth. Private WAN connections offer much higher bandwidth than most internet connections. Then, a disadvantage of the internet, which is more advantageous than a private WAN connection, is on SLAs, because this type of connection offers service-level agreements guaranteeing a certain bandwidth and availability. Now, let's move on to the disadvantages. Unlike the internet, here the cost is a disadvantage. Private WAN connections cost much more than internet connections. You can have problems with availability, because installing a new private WAN connection usually takes a lot of time. And the last disadvantage is flexibility, because you're stuck with a single cloud provider. As an example of private WAN connections, we have Microsoft Azure Express Route and Amazon AWS Direct Connect. We will now move on to Intercloud Exchange, which allows the use of several cloud providers, taking advantage of the advantages of private WAN connections. Intercloud Exchange can offer a connection to one or more cloud providers without having to change the private WAN connection. This means that you can benefit from a private WAN without being blocked by a single cloud provider. Virtualization of network functions. VNF, Virtual Network Function. Before we end the course, we're going to talk about Virtual Network Function, VNF. Most cloud providers offer only basic functions for networking. Whether it's for IP management by NAT, load balancing, or firewall configuration, the functionalities remain very limited. If we already have an infra with a DMVPN, Dynamic Multi-Point VPN, well, we won't be able to extend it to the cloud provider. As a reminder, DMVPN is a routing technique that can be used to build a VPN network with multiple sites without having to statically configure all the devices. This is called Dynamic Multi-Point VPN. The cloud provider, not being able to offer all these features, it will have to use VNF, Virtual Network Function. The VNF can be thought of as the virtual version of your router, firewall, or any other network device. For example, the Cisco Cloud 1000V router is a VNF. It is a virtual router offering the same functionality as the latest physical routers. And the Cisco ASAV, Adaptive Security Virtual Appliance, is the virtual version of the Cisco ASA firewall. And this type of virtualization equipment can be integrated into its own network in the cloud. This allows you to have the same network functionalities of your company with the cloud provider.